Good afternoon. This Tuesday afternoon, heading into the gym to go and do a back-orientated workout. So lots of pulling, lots of lat pull-ups, lat pull-downs, and pull-ups. But with today's session, I heard something really interesting on a podcast I was listening to this morning. They're talking about how many thoughts we have a day orientated towards ourselves. So it's between 40,000 and 50,000 self-talk thoughts that we have every single day, which is a shit ton, right? Now, the sad thing about that is those 40 to 50,000 self-talk thoughts, 75% of them are negative and 25% of them are positive, which is insane, right? Can you imagine saying 40,000 to 50,000 bad things about yourself every single day? That's incredible. So this gentleman on this podcast is talking about a way that he helps his clients get through situations of negative self-talk. And I've been in this industry long enough to understand that the way that you perceive yourself and the way that you present yourself to the outside world is massively dictated on the conversation you have with yourself. So I'm going to go do the workout, and then I'm going to talk to you about how to combat those negative self-talk thoughts. It's a long phrase. After the workout, and give you guys some practical information on how to use it, and how to implement it, and how to change the way that you talk about yourself. Peace. See you in the gym. But even though I really love this gym, I've just found out that there's another area to it, which is really cool. So obviously everything behind me you can see, but as a PT, every gym I've ever worked in, we've always wanted a separate spot for training clients, and this gym has it, which is fucking awesome. And it's also attached to a chiropractor and another training studio. So I'm a little bit impressed by One Life, especially the one at Red Mill. It's got a whole bunch of cool training equipment, very fancy. It's kind of like a personal trainer's dream, but super impressive. If you're in the area, I'd highly suggest using this gym or training at this facility. So I think the only downside to the gym is the fact that it's so close to the Air Force base and military base, so it gets busy and we're at weird times because of shifts, right? So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's packed in there. Fair amount of douchebags and a bit of a sausage fest, but it is what it is. This is the price you got to pay for a good gym, and so be it. I'll deal with some douchebags and some people that make a lot of noise lifting not so heavy weights. So back to the conversation I was having before I went into the gym today. I was talking about negative self-talk and the amount of thoughts that we have every single day. So 40 to 50,000 negative self-talk thoughts, right? So what this guy does is he works with high-performing athletes, high-performing people, and he says to them two things, or he works with them on two things. One, he says first thing in the morning, as you get up, as you're clearing the fog from the sleep and getting yourself together, the first thing you should do is go and look at yourself in the mirror, but look at your hands as you look up into the mirror, because your hands have been with you through everything, right? Like they've been through all the problems you've had, all the wins you've had, every bad day, every good day, every death, every birthday, everything in life, right? Everything you've dealt with. So these hands that you have and you as a person can deal with 100% of the bad days you've had, right? There's no bad day that's coming that you can't deal with. You just have to understand that the stuff that you've had to deal with in the past is getting you ready for the stuff that's coming down the tunnel towards you. The other thing that he does with them, something that I've never really heard of before, is something called a highlight reel. So what he does is, because he works with high performing people, he gets them to imagine every win that they've had. So be it winning a championship, scoring the winning dunk if you're in NBA, or hitting a home run if you're in baseball, or if you're sealing massive deals or buying companies, like all of these wins. And what he does is he gets them to compress them into a tape, right? Like a tape of a highlight reel, something you'd watch if you're reflecting on your year past or your life past. Once you get to the end of your life, like all of the highlights of your life, all the wins of your life. And then what he does is he gets them to play that highlight reel at the beginning of the day, during the middle of the day, and at the end of the day, right? So this is just to reinforce that if you're having a bad day, let's say you're a business person and you're not on a winning streak and you're not signing deals and you're not making sales and you're not making money, he says when you play that highlight reel again, you start to see the fact that you've done it before and you can do it again. If you're in sport and you're in a bit of a slump when it comes to scoring goals or winning matches or something like that, he says use that highlight reel because it shows your subconscious that you've done it before and you can do it again. So it stops that negative self-talk. So I found that massively powerful and super interesting to take away. And the third and bonus thing that I wanted to talk to you about was he talks to his athletes and the people that he works with a lot about word association, right? So we're only taught to feel a certain way about a certain word because of the culture that we grow up in, or because of the terminology that we get taught, or the situation we I guess grew up in business-wise or sports-wise, right? So if you're on a losing streak or on a losing slump or a scoring slump, or like those words are just associated with negative feelings. They're not negative words, right? So all the winning and all the success you have in life has to get learned through failure. That's the only way for you to succeed. So you can't look at those negative words or those words as negative. They're just teaching words, right? So what he'll say to his athlete is, what about your scoring slump, right? You haven't scored any goals in a while, so that must be a massive slump you're going through. And the athlete will agree and say, yep, I've been going through a scoring slump. But then he says, what about your scoring hippopotamus? And the athlete will look at him and say, what the hell are you talking about? And he says, well, it's just the word association, right? You've just attached all this power to this word, and that is it. That word doesn't have any power, so you need to take that power back and give it back to yourself. So disassociate your feelings from it, disassociate your mindset from it, because it's not going to serve you in any way. So I thought that was super powerful and super interesting, and it's definitely something I want to pass on to you guys, and then some of my clients that might not see this video, I want to start teaching them stuff as well. So hopefully this has served you guys well, and I hope you have an awesome day. Sorry I didn't get to film that much in the gym. It was just super busy, but I'll put up another video tomorrow. Bye.